right.
All right. Welcome.
We are counting.
The what?
It's counting.
Oh, it's counting.
It's counting.
It's counting in accounting.
I'm accounting.
I'm accounting.
I'm accounting.
I love lamp.
What's up?
What's up? Welcome back to the best Sketchbook Heroes podcast episode ever.
Ever. With me, Ilias.
And me, Robert. Hi, my name is Robert.
Is that what I sound like to you?
No.
Oh, shit.
But that's my son did an impression of me last week, so and he was laughing.
No touching.
No touching. Welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
With me, Robert. Hello.
And today we're going to talk about mindfulness.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
You talk too fast.
You talk too fast because you're
Too slow.
White people do rap. It is kind of rad.
Yes.
And then though.
Nice. So how you been, man?
Good. A lot. I feel better than last week.
Hmm?
But I've done exactly the same things as last week.
Yeah, I feel you.
I've worked out a little bit more though.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
that's the difference.
What is a little bit more to you?
Twice a day-ish. For a couple of days.
Because that's
But
a
it's-
lot more.
But there's one real session, and then there's one from like the topic today.
Yeah.
Just like one for sanity and one for actually working out.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I did anything like that, but I just don't feel like doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't exercised at all, and I really don't know what the fuck I've done this week, to be honest. Like, it's just all of a sudden I'm back in this chair. It felt like I just went to the bathroom and
Yeah.
came back. It's so strange. Again, just Groundhog Day. Every day is the same.
It is tricky not to fall into that, but this week felt lighter. I don't know if it's like I'm creating some habits or, you know, like whatever we call it, not habits. What is it? Routine.
Yeah.
I'm creating some routine.
Just getting into it.
Yeah. I think maybe that's it. Maybe it's the weather still not being shit.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't
it.
know. But I think it's like all the things, you know, like it's not the one thing. It's just over time.
Yeah. And I guess the good thing about this week going so fast is that I actually had to work every day this week. So that was good compared to last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was Groundhog Day, because I pretty much only saw work. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, haven't done anything new at all. Just to sum it up, yeah, last week.
I played video games like the last 3 days of this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or no, yesterday I fell asleep, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday I played video games. Because I remember going to bed way too late every time. I was like,
Of
I'm
course.
just going to finish this mission. It's only 11:10, and then it's 3 o'clock a.m., you know, like at night. You're just like, yeah.
Thanks, you.
Waking up soon. Because there is no sleeping on the weekends.
What time do you get up now that you're working from home? Because you used to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I just get up at like 6:45 or something like that.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
So
It's
you're a
not-
normal person again.
Yes, and it's like I couldn't go up at 4 right now to save my life. Like,
Dude, I go to bed at 4.
there you go.
Yeah.
So do I now. Or the latest I've gone is actually 3:30. So haven't hit 4 yet.
That's some good gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still Assassin's Creed. Oh,
Yeah. I've been playing. Like there are so many side missions. The only thing that sort of breaks the game for me a little is that the same dialogue keeps popping up, like in these side quests, because they're not as deep as the ones in The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
So when you meet someone and she's like repeating, like even the people that you meet are requesting help in the same way, although the story is a little different.
Yeah.
But it's the same dialogue, like with a different voice actor.
All right. Well, I mean.
So that I understand.
But you're finished
do it
with
better.
the main story?
No.
No, okay.
No. I'm just building up. I try not to rush through the main story because there are so many other like side things you can do. So I'm finishing them up because when you do main story stuff, some of this stuff can disappear, you know. Like so you need to finish missions in a certain order.
Yeah.
Basically like The Witcher as well. If you do if you make a decision in a major story, you might lose the side quests.
All right.
Some of them, at least. So I'm trying to sort of work through them. I've already made one where I fucked up. So where I had to kill someone I didn't want to kill. I was like, you're not a bad guy, but you're an asshole right now. But okay, knife through you. Okay, I can't, because it tells you to like save a lot, so you can go back and make other decisions. But sometimes you just go so far that you're like, fuck it, fuck it.
But does it make you mindful?
I'm so out of it. So yes.
And with that said, cue intro.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Failing sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
That was perfection.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful, mindful goose.
If you ever wondered what airheads sound like, you just heard it.
Exactly. Unagi.
So yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. The ones that really do, like we see that people are listening, but still you can always help us out by, telling your friends about us.
Sharing is caring.
Is caring.
Yes.
Especially if you have a diaper. No. I just had
What
to
the
ruin
fuck?
that. I don't know.
Well,
Mindfulness.
what was that?
Forget
Mindful.
everything I just said. I don't know what that was.
No. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Something that feels very new agey to me, because everyone's like, you need to have in your corporate environment, you need to have mindfulness.
So what we're doing is we're going to take the word mindfulness and we're just going to go with it. And because none of us really have any, we don't have any mindfulness experience. We don't go to any shaman or do any, anything to actually pursue mindfulness in a way.
Not really.
Right? So, but I just wanted to explore the word mindfulness and what it kind of means to us. And improvise from there.
It's become one of those buzzwords.
Mindfulness.
Like when people were telling you, it's basically meditation, when they used to say that all the time, you need to meditate, and then it became mindfulness, just to sort of it's more than meditation. It's, and that for me is always a problem, because that makes me not want to watch it or do it or,
Yeah,
just becomes
I totally
too
get
dumb.
It. And it's also trendy, and we never really like the trendy stuff.
I guess there are some, if I can see a value of it, but when you try to package it so it becomes a little like yoga when it blew up, and everyone was doing yoga.
Exactly.
You just don't feel like doing yoga.
No.
Or when you diet is out, whatever it is. There's so much hype behind it, and it's such a fake, and then there's the dum-dums that follow it, so you just get more, discouraged to do anything with it.
Definitely. I'm totally like that. But I do believe in mindfulness as that it can be pretty much anything.
Anything, yeah.
As long as you're at ease with yourself, or
Or find a thing or something you do that gives you that peace of mind that you wouldn't get, stressing at work or whatever.
Yeah. That's why we kind of started this episode off with talking video games. Because I'd say that's a definite sort of help for me in terms of mindfulness. Just it relaxes my brain in a way that I can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost like drawing. When you get into drawing, you're sketching something new, and you just all of a sudden 4 hours has flown by, and you're like, whoa. Yeah, that's video games for me. And shitty movies.
Shitty movies. I think anything, video games especially, because you'll have to be focused on what you're doing to be able to, do what you're doing. Basically, you have to be aware. And playing with headphones on as well, where you just like, there is nothing else. Then
Exactly.
the game really helps.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it so much more because when I have headphones on, I don't have to like be anywhere else as well. Like it just gets you into that world. You can hear like bird things, you know, like in the background,
Yeah,
leaves,
yeah.
anything that they've added.
Stuff that disappears when you're listening from the television.
Yeah, exactly. Until it reaches you, it's already lost unless you're playing on like super loud volume.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people in your life appreciate it super much.
Yeah. Fuck. I've always wanted, you know, like a proper surround sound system.
But I would never play like that. That's the thing. I could have bought it with the TV for cheap
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like something, you know. There were a couple of options, but then again,
You don't
every
need
time
it.
I don't need it. Yeah. And when you're watching with the kids, you don't need that, like all those speakers everywhere as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's just-
exactly.
I don't know. Like, I've heard a friend has one, and it's just like I don't care. That's the thing.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it wouldn't make that big of a difference, I think.
No.
I don't need to feel like somebody is like licking my ear. It's okay. I can just watch it and sort
Yeah,
of
exactly. Enjoy it anyway.
I understand it.
Neck licking on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. Google it or tube it. It's
Ugh.
probably a thing. I don't know.
It's like the Japanese game show where like this, like the punishment is that an old man comes in, takes out his teeth, and bites you with his gums.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, that's like the worst. like stab me, just stab me. Don't do that. Knife to the eye.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't bite me with your gums.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not mindful at all.
Mindfulness.
But yeah, but I agree that drawing can be like the same
Yeah.
when you're in it.
Because it's meditation.
It is because time does like disappear. It's like a time machine as well.
Hey, when you were training Kung Fu, did you meditate a lot?
No.
No?
We had it like mandatory, like, you know, like, but it was just a few minutes. It was nothing long
Oh, okay.
because, you know, you pay for 2 hours of training.
And
they
what was
waste
that?
it.
What was that process like?
No, it was basically, I don't remember like if it was because we always had to focus on a sound or like a voice of the trainer talking. Basically brainwashing, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you are machines. But
Like a good 90s
Yeah.
action film. Yeah.
no, but that's what it felt like. But it was basically just breathing and the few things that I've done that has to do with meditation. It was always to focus on the breath between, or the silence between the breaths, the inhale and exhale thing.
Yeah.
So that little thing that happens in between there, that you don't like focus on that, but my brain just like I lose that every time, and then I'm just like in a headspace where I am thinking of things,
Yeah.
but I'm not controlling them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, this thing and then that. No, it's just like basically like at the end of the movie when the end credits come and there's a song playing and it's just like images from the flick sort of like going by. That's what it feels like. 'Cause
Great comparison.
it's just that. It's just like you're just like brain dead, and then there's this like imagery just sliding by slowly.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when I'm just lost. Because it's not like, oh, it's silent. It isn't silent. It is. There is no real sound though, but there is a narration happening, and I'm not paying attention to it. And then there's imagery. There's like stuff happening. I'm just not trying to do anything with them like you normally do with information in your head.
Yeah. That's really interesting because, I mean, that sounds like a form of enlightenment to letting go of whatever happens in your brain, like dreaming, you know,
Yeah.
daydreaming.
No, but that's what it feels like
Yeah.
for me. Like,
Because I remember, I think I only did one meditation session with the group, or
Yeah.
the Kung Fu place. And I remember he did like the stomach thing. Do you remember he doing that?
yeah,
When
exactly,
he puts his hand in front of your stomach and you can feel sort
I'm
of
just like
this like
going
energy.
Catholic.
Yeah, I
school
know.
preacher.
It feels wrong coming out of my mouth, yes. But like he put his hand in front of your stomach and you could feel the energy. So,
yeah, I remember that.
That sort of stuff was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember that with the hands as well. But I think that's like,
it's just heat or energy.
I think
I don't
it's
know.
just like static. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like you feel, I don't know. Like it's
So you don't believe in like a chi.
no, but chi is basically breathing. That's what it is. That I believe in. It's basically controlling like
Breath.
the breath. Yeah, And when you do that, you can do a lot of things like that.
Strengthening.
Netherlands guy that can swim underwater. Like he has the world record in swimming in ice water and like being like put into ice and then sitting there for the longest time.
That dude.
Wim Hof.
Yeah.
And
I think he's got like a
it's
skill chair thing.
Oh, he
Like-
does now? Yeah, but
or
he's a
something like
fucking
that.
wizard when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's mainly about control. It's like when weight training, like to the mindfulness in weight training, for me, it's just the act of doing. But I'm also thinking when you're learning something new, like the first time you bench press with a set of dumbbells and you're like wobbly and
It's
you're
the
going
funniest named thing in the world, though. Dumbbell.
dumbbell, yeah, that's like
you
but that's
dumbbell.
but that's basically what you're doing, like moving dumbbells.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's like when you learn that move for the first time, you're like Bambi on ice with your arms. They're like going there, and you're like the amount of thinking that you do, trying to learn like different moves, whether it's squatting, depending on your mobility and how hard it is for you. You just like do the moves, and you're just like you're working so much that had I given you heavier weights, that would have put like it'd be too heavy for you. But then you do that for a month. And then suddenly you're not thinking, but you're moving more weight. It's just that your mind is so preoccupied, you can't generate the force. But once that disappears, like all that static, all that thinking basically about the different parts, and it's just one movement suddenly, and you're like, how did I... Like, it's like when driving a car as well, like learning to drive a car.
Yeah.
Like the way I drive a car today, and when I was learning, it was like, okay, I got to pull this thing, and then I got to turn, I got to
and stepping
look
on this and pushing that, and then finding that thing.
and keeping these mirrors in mind, like the
Exactly.
side view and
Yeah,
the
there's
back.
so
many things, and then suddenly it's just the act of driving.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I guess, what all these things are for me.
Yeah, I'm actually worried about that. Speaking of driving, because we're planning on a little road trip in Sweden, like in a couple of weeks, just to get away a bit. And I haven't driven a car in like 3 years or something. So like just renting a car and sitting down driving is a little bit like it feels like I'm going back to driving school and like, oh my God, wait.
But no one's judging you there.
No, I know. But I
Yeah.
have Anna there, and it's
Yeah.
it's just scary. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't driven a lot. Like ever since I actually got my license when I was 21, 22. Like I've only driven like once or twice every year, so I never ever got really into it. So.
It takes a while though. Like
Yeah.
even I that have access to the car daily still don't drive that much. Like I'm comfortable driving where I know the area.
Yeah,
Not as comfortable driving like in the city and making
Exactly.
snap decisions. You know, I do, but I'm not comfortable while I'm doing them.
exactly. But that's the cool thing about driving as well. Sort of like riding a bike. It's just in your system, you know. So after maybe 10 minutes driving, and then it's like you've
of
always
course.
been there. But you just have to get over those 10 minutes.
No, but I think it's just like doing it and just like putting yourself through it, I
Yeah,
guess. Because it's like for someone that doesn't drive and you drive in traffic, it is a bit horrifying because of the consequences of those
Exactly.
tin cans. Like, shit.
Yeah, and you have to like always try to sort of block out the idea of other people around you and have to trust them blindly. Like, they know what they're doing. They're not going to kill me. you know?
Yeah, and then there's assholes as well.
Of
which
course.
is how major accidents happen.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
Assholes!
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness! Yeah!
Bruce Fraba.
Unagi. And just like I have Ross in my head.
I love that episode.
Yeah, that is one of the best ones.
Danger!
That's a show I want to revisit, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Because of the inappropriateness of it all. Like, what were they so, like, homophobic, or was it this thing? You know, like, all these, like...
But they
just to
weren't
see-
really. Like,
But I've heard that some episodes are like, whoa, we wouldn't know today. Like, we
Well,
wouldn't.
yeah.
But I wonder what they are, because I can't think of stuff that I remember that was wrong. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And I saw it fairly recently, like a couple of years ago. And no, it held up. Like, I thought it was funny.
Okay.
And probably a lot of nostalgia as well, but
Oh, no, definitely nostalgia, but that didn't save Dude, Where's My Car?
no. And this is not Dude, Where's My Car?
That did not save.
But yeah, I'm guessing Joey might do some fairly inappropriate shit throughout the show.
Maybe, yeah.
Just thinking back. Yeah.
But the whole Bing backstory, though.
The what?
Bing.
Oh, Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
It's-
that's
'cause
fairly
his
sort of forward thinking.
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe
His dad is
because he's ashamed of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like how they handled it. You
Yeah,
know? Like
yeah.
I remember that
Yeah,
Chandler
'cause
had it. Yeah.
he never really owns up to it in a way. He sort of just like brushes it off or dodges it.
Or doesn't want to be part of it or
Yeah.
something. Then that's why I'm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I don't remember any
No.
of it like on a detailed level to go into like they were forwards thinking. No. Mindfulness.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've covered the meditation part, sort of spiritual in that way, when it comes to training and the kung fu stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But and also gaming and art-wise. What, like, is there any other type that you can think of, way of, achieving mindfulness?
But I think just like, for example, when I do things that are for me, and that could be, the type of work that I do where I am a big, like, I'm deciding what to take on, not because of money, but because I have a passion for it. Like being involved, even if it's work and I'm working with a client that I've chosen, like the choices are made by me, and I'm pursuing my own company's, needs and stuff. That's fun for me. I can get lost in that shit forever. Like this podcast, just starting it was that. Like you just like for 6 months.
You
or
get to
4 months,
focus in on something.
that you created from nothing. And that's awesome. That for me, it doesn't matter if I'm drawing or training, like that I'm working on something, whether it be like the body or like a physical thing. Like it's all just like I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
And it might, go to shit, but it's yours. Like it's yours to fail with if you want to. Like that doesn't play part of it. Like it's just
You don't have that weight on top of you like you
Yeah,
would
exactly.
at a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess tattooing in a way is very, like that whole process is very mindful. Because I mean you're stuck to that chair during this torture session, and you don't have anything to do except try to put your mind away from the pain that's going on. So you get forced into meditation in a way. And then like the sound is very, like, because it's such a high-pitched noise or like a frequent thing that puts you into this
like
trance in a way. Like, so it's a very spiritual thing in the process of getting a tattoo. And then the euphoric feeling when you get it and manage to or feel like you achieved something from finishing a tattoo.
Your collarbones, like just below there, is awesome. It's like meditation. 'Cause I didn't feel shit. It was just like the sound that you were talking about and the constant like needle sort of hitting. But it was sort of like it's happening. Like, I don't know, like in that area, there's not a lot of pain receptors, I guess. So it was fairly like nice. I don't know, like. To get pricked by you, bro.
Yeah, it was my pleasure putting my ink into you.
Into you. Wow. But on the subject of like doing what you love, and I lost my trail. I just saw that like toilet paper thing. I was like,
Yes, doing what you love. Wiping my ass.
Well, it did smell like shit out there, so I'm just guessing that.
Yeah, I wonder what
People
that
are
was.
taking, we like all that toilet paper is coming. The Swedish people are all taking dumps right now.
Backfiring.
Yeah. Oh.
For them.
But I kind of liked it. Yeah.
But yeah, doing what you love as
fuck.
as form of meditation.
Yeah, I think so. Like it really does apply, and I had an add-on to that, but I just can't think of it.
What about? I'm thinking back to when you were playing guitar a lot.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I think it doesn't really matter what the subject at hand might be. It might be you get real into something, for a short while if you're that kind of person. Like jumping from thing to thing might be a form of escapism for you. You know what I mean? Like where you get to like move your body, but it's so much repetition into it that like it becomes like you disappear from the your bubble and you go into a much smaller bubble basically and disappear into that.
Nice. But why did you start playing guitar? Because
rock and roll, bro, chicks, dicks. No,
it was that came out of nowhere to me, because that was during the time when we didn't spend so much time together.
Yeah, but it started like sixth grade. Sixth. Why don't you calm down with me too, Shell?
Your popsicles.
Got a fish full of popsicles. But yeah, sixth grade, we had that band, Teen Spirit.
Oh yeah.
Still have that tape at my mom's house.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't know. I started discovering music anew, I guess, that I could make it, and it sucked, but I didn't hear it at the time. And then guitar sort of became the thing to pursue for a while. I don't know, but I dropped it. Seventh grade, I think I went to guitar classes. Sixth, seventh, part of eighth, and then checks.
All right.
I don't remember.
Who was your guitar teacher?
I have no idea. Leif or something.
Also, you went to our school?
No, shit. Maybe that was his name. But this other guy had a Swedish, super Swedish name like that as well.
All right.
They were both super Swedish.
Of course.
In names.
Yeah. I still want to get a guitar, and I still want to learn how to play a guitar. I don't know. It's always been something that I sort of regretted stopping, because I played when I was 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. I remember you went to classic guitar as well, right?
Yeah. And just never got into it. And I don't know. In retrospect, it would have been nice to actually learn it before I quit it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
But those classes were super boring, the traditional ones.
And I also had that super Swedish teacher, sort of.
Because I had the guitar you don't have rock and roll on your the same hand that you play with. You have it in between your legs, and you play dink, 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 dink,
exactly,
dink, dink. It's not very fun. Just to learn, I see the reasoning, but it's just once a week you do that. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck me sideways. It's so boring. Ugh.
It was. But I did learn that song though.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't that one. It wasn't.
It was Little Snail. Was my
yeah,
thing.
exactly. That was the one I had as well.
Fuck
the first one. Garbage.
Yes.
Learn this, and then you got it for the next week to practice. And it was just dink, 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 dink. God damn it. So boring.
Yeah. So that's why we got into drawing.
Yeah. Drawing was instant. You didn't need direction because you were clueless to what the fuck you were doing.
We still are.
Yes.
Speaking of mindfulness. Mindful. Yeah. So I actually feel like I've said as much as I can say about mindfulness. To be honest, I don't know what else to say.
No, I think it's just it's basically repetition, but find a thing that you really love doing and do a lot of it. Make time for it, because that's basically why you don't do shit you like drawing. Oh, there's no time. Wait, but you saw the whole season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was time as well. We do have a lot of unaccounted time, that we just can't be bothered. And then you use time. Whatever choice you make, there is some time, to get super flumig, as we say in Swedish.
Flume.
Flumy. Flumy. The worst. So just make time for the things you really enjoy, because I think those are what makes us the best us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too mindful. Yeah.
When it comes to training specifically, I don't know. It's just for me, just having routine is also very routine, I think, is one of the things that gives me mindfulness.
Yeah.
Because I know what to expect, not throughout the day, but just, okay, I'm going to wake up, go to the gym, go to work, have lunch, maybe play some Smash. And then, like the train home, I know that I get like that little wind down time. So drawing on the train is way more calming than drawing at home. Because I know that I'll have to do it then because
You'll be undisturbed on the train.
Yeah, on the train, I know basically that I'll be fairly alone. I'll have that energy around me. And that is also one thing that I really like that is touching upon this. It's like drawing in public. Like, I don't need the people to talk to me or, like, I don't need the friendships. I just need the buzz, basically.
Yeah.
It just, like,
White
does
noise.
something. Yeah. Because right now, I've noticed that if I have the TV on, I'll just watch the TV. And I can't do what we used to do where I can draw as effectively while watching something. Unless it's on my iPad. On my iPad, I can do it a bit more because then I don't have to look up. I'll just, like, glance and then go back.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, I love having that energy around me. Just like people rushing to things that I don't have to do. So basically just like laughing at others is what drives me.
In your face, people.
I get paid for sitting right here and not caring about what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, but that really is a big thing for me. And I think that's what started the coffee shop drawing sessions.
Yeah. But so you're saying pretty much that your whole life is mindful because you have routine.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
Like it does
Or
help
when
me.
you have routine.
Yeah, when I have a routine. I think that's why I've been so off lately because it's all just, you're at home, bro. So, like I
But
said,
that's an interesting way to put it, actually.
because it feels right now, like my life, if I could summarize it just like with exaggeration and how boring it is, it's basically like, imagine me being in bed, then I do like a little side roll into my work chair. I take an extra spin around, which is the walk to work.
Nice.
And then you just like, password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're back, like you're working. And then at some point, like your like wife or someone tells you like, oh, we should eat something. And you're like, oh yeah.
Food.
And then you keep working. And then she's like, I'm going to eat now. And you're like, yeah, I'll be there too. And, or it's she's at work as well, but not at home. And then I'm just like, it's like hunger creeps in and you're like, I'll have the cheese and this paprika, the pepper. And then you just walk away, and eat that. And that's lunch today. And I don't take breaks, like nothing, like there is nothing there. You just sit in front of the computer nonstop like a machine. And you feel like a machine. You come to the podcast and you're like, I have done work. Like, because it's exactly how the last week was. But I think last week, I think what made this week feel better is that I took fucking breaks. You watch some porn, you eat some cheese. No. No, but it's just taking breaks. Like I went outside and had my lunch with the cat.
Yeah.
And I talk to the cat because
love
that's what
Casper.
you do when you're alone. You talk to Casper.
I love that face that you
Oh
got.
yeah, he does. No, but he does that all the time. He's like, just looks at you and you're like, but why the crooked mouth, bro? What did I do? I just let you in. No, but he's awesome.
Nice.
And it feels like when no one else is at home, we talk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, but it's not like we don't talk when he's beside me. He's like, he just comes in and he just looks at me and he's like, meow. And I'm like, you want to go out, right? And then I open the door and he's like, yep, that's what he wants. And we're like, we talked. We had a good talk. It's just like, fool, open the door. And I'm like, do you want to open the door? Like Barney. And then, yeah.
Nice.
But it's like, I think you need routine in this like non-routinely sort of thing we're going through because I think that's like, I don't do social media right now because that, like, you see me post a couple of stories every time I remember that I haven't posted anything.
Just like me, man.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I wonder, that was 2
shit,
days ago.
fuck.
Yeah, fuck. So it's, for me, it's routine. Like, I did all this stuff on the train. This is stuff that I
same
did,
here.
like on the way to work, I'd post something and then, reply on the way or reply, on my way to the gym. Somewhere along the way, I'd have these like slots that I could use because there are slots where time is going to pass and I'm not going to do shit with that time. So just like you do social media.
Yeah.
So great filler.
It's perfect. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
yeah.
there's none of that. It's basically roll out of the chair. Anything I don't do that's work feels like a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
I'm just
horrible.
wasting my brain. That's what I feel like, at least. Like I'm wasting, like, because you're just into work. There's no new information like coming through during the day to give you that like extra energy or anything.
Yeah, or that release that you need, you know. Yeah.
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 Or
It's
just to like
strange.
take a step back from what you're doing,
Mm.
so that, because maybe I'm just like sitting there and I'm working, like it looks like I'm working, but I've been just like drawing the same line for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So when you go outside and you come back and you're like, oh yeah, there's a tool
Work.
for that. Or yeah, you just get back into the whole thing.
But that's also interesting. That's something that just popped into my head. But when I worked at Lego, I lived like just a minute's walk
I
away
remember
from
that.
the office. And that sort of drove me slowly insane because I was never away from work.
Yeah, that's
Even
what
when
I
I
mean.
left work, I was still there. I could
Yeah.
sort of see the office from my house.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
And so I was there for 2 years. And yeah, I think it actually did screw with
but
my brain.
but I think the isolation there as well.
Yeah, that too.
Like-
Because there was nothing else.
Yeah.
It was like the office, the pizza place, and shopping
Yeah.
grocery store. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird looking or just thinking back to that now. And like, fuck, why didn't I go totally mentally insane? Probably because I drew
Drew a
every
lot, yeah.
second that I was home.
Yeah, fuck, you were producing. Like, gave me anxiety almost. I'm like, I'm moving to Denmark.
But it was the only thing I had.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I love how you drew on everything as well.
Yeah, that was when the envelopes
Yeah, I
were
remember,
born.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, I need to draw. Like, I'm out of paper. Just like, I'll draw on this envelope. I'll wipe my ass with this one. And just like,
That was pretty much what happened. Yeah.
and then once you finished all those envelopes, you were like, oh, I had toilet paper behind there as well. Just,
I tried drawing on toilet paper, but it broke all the fucking time.
yep.
Yeah.
And
So-
you know what happens when you get brown finger.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's what it's called.
Everything is art.
Everything's aw. Just frame that piece of paper
Yep.
with like the brown hole, and then you just like
Yeah. Perfect.
luxurious frame.
How did he create that authentic color?
Oh,
Yeah. All natural, baby.
exactly. I use these paints.
No, I loved the envelope project. I'm a little bit bummed out that I didn't do anything with it because I had this grandiose idea of producing 24 envelopes for the 2 years that I lived in Denmark. So one for each
Yeah.
month's rent, really, because the envelopes I used were my rent envelope.
Yeah.
And then have like a little exhibit at the Danish postal office.
That would have been cool,
Yeah,
actually.
so that was the plan. But
And
then,
when you
yeah,
Yeah, and when you go really mental,
mm-hmm.
you draw post-its for all the days in between those months.
Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad.
Just like
I did
every
have
day I'm
masturbation as
shuffling.
well. Like it was a good,
Thank God. You need a break.
yeah. And
Have
a lot
break.
of beer. God, I drank so much beer in Denmark because it was so extremely cheap.
What?
Yeah. And then I had like the grocery store was just down the street, and they sell beer in the grocery store. You know, you don't have to go to Systembolaget.
Yeah, like in Sweden. Yeah,
Yeah.
the monopoly.
So yeah, just constantly, a little bit buzzed. Horrible.
Horrible. I was like, yeah, I think.
Yeah, but I also did like a lot of parkour and breakdance training and stuff too.
I'm just seeing that scene from The Office. You're like,
Parkour.
parkour.
That's what I felt like, dude.
Dude,
No
that's-
joke. No, my friend Paul was really, really into it. He came from Romania.
Yeah, we call him Paul Core.
We fucking should have. That was awesome. That was genius. Oh man.
Paul Core. He should make his own videos like that. Welcome to the Paul Core channel. Subscribe here.
Paul Core Parkour channel.
Yeah. Paul Core. Paul Core's parkour. Oh my God, no. Cool stuff.
But he was really, really good. So he taught me a lot of good tricks. And we did have a few cool parkour places around.
Okay,
So,
that's awesome, actually.
so
Even if you suck, it's fun.
yeah. And it was super scary. Just even just not even that high up, but just jumping from like a small ledge to a small pole.
Yeah, poles are the worst though because
Because they're like slippery and stuff too.
Yeah, and you have to sort of like you have to come almost from like above and land flat on them, or just like jump and land on the side of it basically to like be able to break it so you don't slip away.
And that's the thing with parkour, you have to land like straight
down. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But it was so cool getting into it. And I really wish I would have sort of been with him more so he could have taught me more.
Yeah, more stuff, yeah.
Because he's, like I said, from Romania, and those guys are fucking crazy.
But I could imagine that the people that can do parkour, like sort of like where they flow over things, that must be such a mind travel. You're not anywhere else, but like the next sort of thing you're going to touch and jump and do, and like
because parkour is very much like a mindful.
That's what I feel like.
Their whole mentality of the way to move and all that is very like spiritual in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we sort of didn't get into that as much. Like,
maybe
we're. Are we scared of being mindful? Is that it?
Is that it?
Yeah. Do you want some more water, bro?
What?
Do you want some more water?
Yes, I am cottonmouth. Very good.
Yeah. I'm getting one of those nice manly voices, like rustly.
Thank you, brother.
No worries.
Like that must have sounded so good in the mind. You need something to drink, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers. You gave me herpes.
Already
had it. But I think a lot of the stuff that we do that is sort of monotonous. You can fucking like even sitting, like I remember sitting as a kid in the car and there's like this like dirty spot on your window and you use it to sort of like jump over lampposts where you just like you just move your head a little and you're just like jumping, and I think everyone's done that.
Yeah.
But you're just like using that little as a character, like a Flappy Bird type of thing where you're just like boink, 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 boink. It's just like as you go, you get like, okay, I have these two poles, then I have the sign, then the pole, like, and it becomes like this. It's brain dead activity basically.
It's so funny you're saying that because this tells me that my brain is a lot more darker because I was chopping things in half with it. So I had like a dot and I was like chopping off poles and then birds and stuff. Almost like Fruit Ninja or whatever that game was. Yeah.
It's like Fruit Ninja, but everything's dying because it's alive.
Yes. Everything ninja.
Everything ninja. Just slice and killing.
God. Yeah. I'm definitely dark inside.
I love how you say God.
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 Oh, God.
Oh, God. Now I'm just hearing Chandler.
Chandler.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Janice. Oh, that. Like, there's three
I have that
people.
raspiness now, thanks to the
It's her. It's Peter Griffin. And there's one more. Yeah, SpongeBob.
Oh, I can't do SpongeBob.
No, but he has the same basic thing.
But like, more crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually just...
like, ugh.
I just saw the latest movie, like when he becomes 3D.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that one.
The only one that's on Netflix here in Sweden right now. And that's pretty much the only thing I've seen of SpongeBob. So
really? Shit, you haven't seen the show? It's not funny. I personally don't enjoy it.
No?
Whereas Adventure Time, I loved.
Adventure Time is awesome. And I haven't seen it like continuously. I've just seen like a random episode here and there. But Anna's been continuously recommending SpongeBob because she thinks
such a hard time
that I would love it. Yeah.
I want to love it, but it's just... like, it's fine. It's not bad.
Like, we just missed that generation of humor, maybe?
Maybe. Whereas you should watch Gumball.
Oh, yeah?
The Amazing World of Gumball. Oh, my God. That is the show. Like, they're both tackling, like, these modern things, but the kids are, like, us, but crazier.
Nice.
Like, they're so crazy, but they've really nailed everything in that show.
Cool.
And I've only seen it in Swedish. And it's really good. Then? It's just about this, like, it's this cat and his adopted fish brother. And the fish is basically like a fish body, or like a, like how fish are. And then there's like two legs sticking down, and he has fins for arms. And they're a bit longer though, so he can do things. Mm-hmm. And then there's the cat, and he's the son of a rabbit and a cat. and his little sister is a rabbit, and he's a cat. You know, like the mom is a cat, dad is a bunny. The dad is basically mentally out there and like just super dumb. And like it's such a nice dynamic, and they just, you know, they play video games and they babysit and they do, you know, just like normal shit. And then sometimes it's just like it always goes crazy. But and it's so good. Like it really hits the nerve. So I watched it like 6 seasons with my kids.
Holy shit.
In Swedish, and it was good. So I'm just thinking that if the jokes were funny in Swedish, they
What are
must
they
be
in?
fucking awesome in English, because there's also a pun probably that can't be translated.
Yeah.
So, and they have a lot of, you know, like they make a lot of jokes to like stuff that we love,
All
but
right.
it's baked into this modern thing for kids, you know.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, but
Shit.
it's like, it's both, they're making fun of memes that are existing. Like a company in China made a cartoon that is a ripoff of that show. So they made a joke about the ripoff show that's in their show. And, you know, and it's, they break the fourth wall all the time. And there's even one where they're losing budget for the show, and like the animations throughout the episode get choppier and choppier until they manage to save it or something. I don't remember specifically, but it's just an amazing show with so much, like they have 2D, they had like cut-ins, and they have 3D that's poorly done. And it's like they mix all of it. It's so good. Like it's one of the best shows that are fun
Nice.
that can be seen by both adults and, you know,
Toddlers.
kids. Yeah. Because I've watched both with my kids. Like we laughed, like crying. Like it's the only show that's gotten that
Oh,
like,
nice.
response from us all. Because we just watch, and they, you know, they play RPGs, they play first-person shooters, and then there's something totally unrelated to that, and it's just like they do all of it, like magic, you know, like you make it up, but it's basically them just going to school,
Nice.
and it's brilliant.
Mindful.
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 That show I could fucking binge. Maybe I should watch that.
Yeah.
That would be
Well, now I need to watch it.
yeah. No, I need to watch it in English because I have 6 seasons where I've only seen it in Swedish, and the voices in English are so different. So that's gonna take like some getting used to, but I'll watch it because I think I'm gonna appreciate it. Usually the voice acting in English is better
Yeah.
because in Sweden it's the same people that do the voices, you know, in that
In
show
everything.
and in everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
So, what else haven't we covered in terms of mindful? I mean, obviously, this is just we're talking a lot out of our asses.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, this is
But
not
it's
something.
a new topic. It's just something that's I don't know. I feel it's something that we should be scratching a little bit and just seeing what it is, and you know, just interesting to see what comes out of opening this topic.
But I think it's just like I've never thought of it as mindfulness,
No.
but I do call it like a meditative state of mind when I draw or when I do anything, because then I can get into that thing and then not worry about anything else at the time while doing it. Like escapism, you know, like it's I was like escapism. Just but it's just that I love doing repetitive things sometimes.
Yeah.
It's basically like doodling while talking on the phone thing as well. Like it's just like it doesn't have to be a major thing. I think things suck when we put like I need to sit here and I need to draw something cool.
Yeah.
That is stressful shit. Like
Yeah.
and it's pointless. You know?
Exactly. That's not exactly staying mindful.
No, but I think like for some it could be. It could be like I'm going to draw this, and then you know that you're going to draw that.
Yeah, but that's enjoying it. But
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to basically like people who know how to draw maybe can suffer less from that depending on, you know, their process of drawing. Like for me, I know how to draw, but I get stressed from that.
Yeah.
Like unless I have a clearer idea than that, like I'm gonna draw this thing, and then I need to get into specifics of how to draw it as well.
Because that's where I think why we lose a lot of people along the way that draw a lot when they're kids.
Yeah.
And because, you know, when you're a kid, you don't think about anything. You just do whatever the fuck you want, and you're constantly mindful, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a
mindless.
sudden you start sort of acknowledging that you are yourself, and you start getting interested in girls or boys or whatever, and you want to start impressing people. And then that puts that pressure on you, and then all of a sudden it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? So it's not like staying mindful. Now it's like I have to draw this way because that's what people want to see.
Okay, so it's like social. Like social media has that same effect that you need to put out at a certain point, but it's
and that's what I sort of wanted to get to. But it's just, you know, so there is this process in becoming mindful, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like you are mindful because you doodle or draw.
Yeah.
There is the process of letting go of that pressure and just sort of, let's get spiritual, becoming one with the pen and paper and the image in your head just being printed by your hand pretty much.
Yeah, even if it's like, it's not about the result, it's about the act itself, like doing the drawing, and then you look at it and you're like, that was garbage.
Yeah, or just shutting down all the other parts of your brain except the one that focuses on the illustration. Yeah.
But that's a lot how it is for me when I draw for myself. Like sometimes it becomes, you know, a piece of art, and then sometimes it's that just like shit. Yeah. But for some reason, I just like to keep working on it. Like, I know that it's not going to be better unless I redraw it. But just the act of just like, okay, I'm just going to finish this pattern here, you know, like, or you do something, and there's something nice about that. I think you lose that at some point, you know, like you said, you're a kid, you're drawing for the sake of drawing or because it's fun. Yeah. Which should be the reasoning.
Exactly.
But as we get up and like the added expectations come on, and then also you're not just drawing because it's fun. You want something, you know, like you want it to be good. You want it to be a certain way. As a kid, you were just like, whatever came out.
You're seeking approval all of a sudden.
Exactly. Because, and I don't know if that is like because our parents gave us, I remember like nagging, like, oh, look at this, I've drawn a new drawing. And they're like mid-conversation, you know, with someone else. And they were like, oh, yeah, that's nice. And I do that as well. But I'm thinking like, is all that acknowledging, like adding to their expectation, you know, that I'm going to say something nice or like that people are, like, how much does that affect us going forward? And is that what's also breaking us a little? Because, you know, like, encouragement, like, it could have different effects depending on how you're getting it, you know? Yeah. And I don't know, like, how much am I ruining my kids, you know, by complimenting everything they do? But I'm pretty honest, though. Fuck it, never mind. I'm just like, yeah, fuck.
But aren't you, like, very encouraging and saying, like, oh, that looks really good, but next time... Maybe like
I do that, but I might do that in a totally different occasion, actually. Like maybe I don't do it at the same time as they're drawing, or sometimes I am. Like when we look at old drawings, and I'm like, oh, you know, if you just do like this, you can get like the hair to look 3D, or you know, like it's shiny or something. And then we just like I show her, but I was like, these lines have to follow the same sort of curve. Yeah. And it's simple, and you just talk about that.
Exactly. And that's already, like, taking away, I guess, imagination and stuff from
No, because that's kids. The thing. They've already drawn it, and now we're talking about what you could add onto it. So they've already, because I don't want to affect what they are creating. No. But then just giving them tools, like, oh, if you do this, and then try to see if they can apply it to the next drawing. Yeah. And they don't always, like, there are some things that they do draw.
But what I mean is that you're like telling them this is a better way of doing it. Like I'm not trashing.
No, I'm getting it. I'm getting what
but
you're
just
saying
like you know, imagination in general. I mean, it is always being like strangled. I guess like smaller and smaller. Yeah. When you start school, it's like slowly taken away.
Yeah,
you know, because people are telling you this is what life is supposed to be like, and. Like, it's just very interesting.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now, yeah.
Slowly brainwashing us into becoming the soldier.
But I don't think my kids are going to... Like, we all fall prey to that because we live in the same society. And some of us, you know, get more sort of, like, squarish. And some of us get squarish with nice little, you know, like, areas where we flow out of our boxes. And I think that my kids will... at least from us, always get a little more of the outside of the box stuff. And yeah, so I'm hoping, like, you never know what's gonna happen. You know, like
No.
it always becomes a little more personal when it's your own kids.
Yeah.
But we do try, like, that they do crazy shit. Like I tell my daughter, I love that you are crazy. You drive me insane, but I like that you're crazy. You know, like the way that she is.
Nice.
Because she's so different from him. You know, like my
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
And since she's a bit older, you tend to put more responsibility on her, although you know that she's still a kid as well. But it's a weird thing that happens when the one is a bit younger than the other. You expect the bigger one to be more like grown up,
Yeah.
but they're both kids. You know, like it's sometimes I feel that we treat her like she's older when she's young. You
And
know,
then
like-
there's that question, sort of, when is she not going to be a kid to you anymore? You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Like,
yeah, fuck that.
because, I mean, that's what my parents say, that every time I come home, and like, they never see me as a grown dude like that, because I'm still always going to be the kid.
Yeah,
even
of
if they
course.
know I'm like
Yeah, they know
old fuck right now.
Yeah.
But in their heads, it's always going to be, you know, our son, and we need to take care of him. You know?
Yeah, but that's cool.
It's
That's
such
cool.
and I can just imagine that that's how it is. Like,
Yeah.
you're probably never going to be able to let that go,
Yeah.
because it's always going to be your
But I
kid.
call Dean my baby. He's like, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm like, I know, but to me you are. You're like my baby son. And to my daughter, I always say, like, you're my first child, like my first kid.
My
And she-
firstborn.
No, but she doesn't know what to do with that information. But it's just like, you were the first thing that I, you know, like, that we created. Like the first thing that made me see life different. And I can't explain to her what that means. But
Yeah.
she's my first baby.
It's so weird, dude.
Yeah, it's such a long way. That shit. This makes me happy. Like thinking about it. Yeah, but it's such a cool thing that I just can't share with her yet.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And, you know, one day she'll understand. Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully not. Fuck that. I'll have to watch them. I was like, no. I finished that chapter. Take your baby and go. I'm not that grandpa.
But this is, yeah. So, I mean, you're already, like, on the way to becoming a granddad, you know?
Holy dicks. Yeah. Fuck.
It's
Such
so
old.
weird. Yeah.
We need to, like, up this podcast to, like, the older gentlemen's club.
Old guys rule.
Old guys, yeah. And when I say old men, you women are included.
Yes.
You old
100%. You don't think you're not getting away. Yeah.
bearded ladies.
No, it's funny. I'm making fun of Anna now because she's turning 30.
Oh, shit, so old.
Shit.
Shit.
Get a real son. Yeah.
That's what that feels like now.
But yeah. No, I remember that. Like,
Happy
when-
early birthday.
when you crossed over to not being in your 20s anymore, you know, that's when you became mindful, you know.
I don't know. Like, for the way that I'm feeling, kind of good about being 60 this year. Yeah, because past 2 years, 36 in my mind. So
Yeah.
turning it doesn't really feel that weird. I've been prepping for this for 2 years.
I keep thinking I'm 33, so.
Dude, no. Like, working at King, I'm like, I think I'm 36 this year. And they're like, Ilias, you're 34. I'm like,
That's how much you hated that place.
I was like, God damn.
Just,
And
yeah.
then the year after, like, I think I'm turning 36. And they're like, no,
Nope.
you're not. Math does not work like that. It's 35. And I was like, okay. And now, yeah, I'm actually turning 36.
Thank you,
Finally, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for 36. Finally, I turned it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, when you think about what happened in between there, it must have been horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. Lost
But-
sense of time.
It caught up though.
Oh, no.
Happy days.
Yeah, happy days. Like, yeah, I should, like, there is no complaining.
Oh, good.
And I've been choosing to play video games whenever I haven't felt, like, when I don't fall asleep because exhausted. And it's been good. And especially on the days that I actually did sleep, extra good. Like today, I woke up and I was like, oh, I don't want to go up, but kind of not feeling tired. But just going to lie here for a while. And, you know, and then I saw my daughter staring at me because I fell asleep beside her.
Uh-huh.
We were watching a cartoon and then we both just died. and and then we both woke up, and then I was like, "What the fuck? Someone's staring at me." I don't want to lie here. And then we just went up. We had breakfast, or she had breakfast. I had a coffee and took a spin in my chair, and then I got to work. Wife prepped kids, and they went to school.
Nice.
But it felt good. Like when you actually, like, I think sleep has gotten ruined as well with this whole like be at home.
Yeah, you turn your days upside down in a way,
Yeah, because right now, like the thing you said about working in Denmark, and you never leave work. That's what I'm feeling. Like I never leave, and then when I put them to bed, that's the first time it feels like I'm not at work anymore because I don't know, like it just doesn't feel like I've left.
Yeah.
And then once they're asleep, it's sort of like, okay, I'm not gonna go back to the computer now. And then you play video games, and then it's like 1 a.m. You're like, son of a bitch. And then you wake up, at 6 something, and you go up and you start over doing the same thing. You just need to break that up, like that weirdness. Just like add some routine somewhere. Like take a break. This time, you don't work. Like I don't care what you do with that time, but don't work between, the normal breaks. Like I think in Sweden there's like a 9:30 coffee or something like that, or the 9 o'clock thing. You do that, and then you take the lunch break. You take it, and then you try to add those little things, just to get away from this mindfuck that it is. Like the monotony of it.
Yeah. No, that's why, again, I'm just so thankful I get to go to work. Like, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse, so we have to close down. But yeah. But it is, again, I said it last time, it's still the same feeling though, like because it's just another box.
Yeah.
So I'm just going from one box to, well, the train is a third box.
A third box, yeah.
Just going through boxes.
You're a boxer. It's in your blood.
Yes.
Dad, I've become a boxer.
Finally, Dad.
Approve, please. Oh.
Yeah. But, it's still nice to have those, like that little trip in between, even if it terrifies me at times. But it is feeling better now. Like, I don't know if maybe all the people, I was going to say stupid people out there during the weekend, that everybody's just out, like nothing is going on and not caring at all. It's like finally getting to me. Like I'm also not giving a fuck anymore because everybody else is just like, oh, fuck it, I don't care.
Okay, I haven't been out at all.
No.
Just like.
But it's like, yeah, because I've noticed it because when the virus hit, it was like the streets were empty.
Yeah,
everybody
like
was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just today, just seeing so much people and cars everywhere.
Today it's like every other day.
Yeah.
So it's scary, but it's also comforting in a way. I don't know. It's such a weird time, like, such a strange thing. It's so cool that we actually get to be
a part of it.
Yeah, it happened during our lifetime in a way. It's a worldwide event.
The thing is, I'm just going to be like, yeah, and then this happened. And they're like, yeah, and what happened then? Every day was the fucking same.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
It was all shit.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey was an amazing experience.
Yeah, just list all the games you finished.
And I have only played that one game, and it never ends. Like, I don't even know how far I am into the game story or anything, but that's the beauty of it. Yeah. And I try to live with the choices that I make as well, because I can't be bothered to load and go back and forth, because I tried, and that was like, fuck this. Like, it's just, ugh. I just want to go forwards and then live with the mistakes, basically.
Yeah.
Like life. How do you get mindful? Like, is drawing your outlet? Is it working out? Is it just being outside for walks? Because that works for some people.
I mean, my whole life is mindful, pretty much, because I do everything that I want to do pretty much all the time. Because my work doesn't feel like work in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm so spoiled in that sense that when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking forward to going to work. You know, so every day just flies by like the most fun.
And that's what I wanted to say as well. Yeah. Like the place that I work at now, it there's nothing wrong with like it's a fun job and I'm learning tons. But then when I'm doing my own thing, like when I work with my own company, that's just basically me doing me stuff, which sounds super stupid. But it's just, you know, like I work on my own projects or, you know, with my own clients. There's such a different type of joy to that than it is to go to an office and perform for others, basically. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why there is a difference in those two things. Like, they're both enjoyable. Like, I'm learning a lot. I think I'm learning more working here than I would be doing my own stuff. But there's, like, a level to the fun of working for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, not, like, every decision I make, being it failure or success, is entirely on me.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's awesome.
And that's exactly what my job is.
And I hate,
Yeah, because if I don't want to go to work, I could cancel that day pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, not that I do that because work ethic.
Yeah,
but, you know, but in
you
theory,
are the one you have
exactly.
to ask. Like, it goes through you, I think.
I'm
That's
my
why,
own boss, you know, and it's such a not relaxing feeling, but just, I don't know, mindfulness.
No, but it is,
It just
like, it does, like, something to
puts
you.
pressure off of me totally,
Yeah.
you know. I set my own times and days and, you know, today is Monday, so it's podcast day.
Yeah.
So I don't work today,
That's
which
awesome.
is so cool that I get to do that.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I have like the best girlfriend ever, and we have a great time. And then every once in a while, I get to sit up all night and play video games, which is every day.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you give yourself the time to do you stuff as well. Because then when you do the stuff that you do in common with others, you're way better because
Exactly.
there's so much more happiness instead of like, oh yeah, like some people that you meet and they're like, yeah, everything sucks, man. I hate my job, you know, my girlfriend's nagging, this, man. It's just like,
But that's just the thing. Like, don't you think it's a lot that, you know, people want to connect with other people, and the easiest way to do that is through like the misery of working. So they just sort of down, like shit down on their jobs more than they actually think because they want to connect with the other person.
I think to some
communicate.
extent, sure. Like, I think so.
Because not like nobody can hate their job that much.
Oh,
Well,
fuck, I've had a
I was-
couple though. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
was like, Yeah, I take that back 100%. But
Yeah.
it's not that bad. Like, you don't have to shit on your job every time you see a person, you know?
No, but I think no. And I don't know. Like, it's so hard to, because when you are in it, it's not that the job itself is all that bad. Like, the people can be nice, you know, you could laugh, but it's so pointless. And I'm not saying that art isn't pointless. You know, it's a luxury thing, but it's basically just like working at a supermarket. That's not wrong in itself, but if you want to be an artist, that's gonna be the worst job. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna, like, because you
have
see
to.
a potential to do more, but you're here, or
Yeah.
you're seeing other people's successes, and you're there, and that frustration rather than the job itself makes so your type of thinking makes it a terrible place to work rather than it being a terrible place to work.
Yeah.
Okay. Mindfulness over. Nerdiness on.
On.
Worst. That was an echo. I am an echo.
Ego.
Echo. I watched Sonic, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Because, yeah, we're skipping tools, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck
no,
tools.
no,
Moving on.
tools.
Moving on. Swoosh, swoosh,
And
double
another
swoosh.
swoosh, yeah. So, welcome to Retro Time.
Retro.
With no homework for this week, right?
Nope. Not that I
don't
I couldn't
remember,
hear
yeah.
anything. I don't remember if we said anything.
You should have edited it out.
Yeah, I should have. I probably did.
Edited.
Edited.
But I did watch Sonic, and it was like you said,
Like it was fine. Like, it's good enough to enjoy. Like
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. And also like a little bit of the feels and stuff you
Yeah,
felt
and
for him
the
in
Swedish
the
dub
beginning.
is a bit weird. No, just kidding. Watch the English. Yeah.
Ah,
Or did I? No shit. I did watch the dub.
of course you did.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Fucking daddies.
Yep. I did see it in Swedish.
All
It
right.
was weird.
Yeah.
But
You still
I've
enjoyed
gotten
it.
used to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was fine.
Okay.
Like I think the dubs have gotten so much better that you just don't care. And also these actors, except Jim Carrey in Swedish is weird, but
Yeah. No, I
Uh,
couldn't even imagine what
or
that
was
would
it?
sound
Oh
like.
shit, no, sorry, it wasn't English. Never mind.
Dude.
Yes, it was.
Like, because I fell asleep at the end. I
Yeah.
still haven't finished it.
Oh,
So.
okay.
But what I did see, I liked. So
Cool. I think there's an end credit scene, if I'm not misremembering.
I think that's where I woke up.
There you go.
So that makes sense. Did you see the Mortal Kombat one?
Oh shit, no, I totally forgot. I haven't seen anything except Sonic, and that was on Friday last week. Like,
I saw the new super movie from Chris Hemsworth, Extraction. And it was equally horrible and good. It's just a full-on action movie, really.
what's it about? Like, except extracting stuff.
That's what it's about.
Like, is it about extracting people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chris Hemsworth is like this mercenary dude that you don't really know anything about. You keep seeing a little bit of a flashback. Yeah, kind of. Like he gets this flashback every once in a while, but you don't get to see what it is. And that's pretty much his only backstory. He's drunk and takes pills and kills people. That's pretty much all he does.
So he's still doing the job.
Yeah. So he gets hired to. Well, the movie starts out with a boy getting kidnapped, and he gets hired to sort of bring back the kid. Extract the boy. And then all shit breaks loose, or all hell breaks loose. Shit hits the fan. And hell hits the fan, and shit breaks loose. And yeah. But yeah, that's what it's about. And it's 2 hours long.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
Feels like that was 120 at most, like 124.
Yeah, exactly. But so this movie is just like John Wick. It's made by stunt people. So if I'm not mistaken, it's the stunt team from the Marvel universe, or like at least Endgame or the Russo movies.
Okay.
So they did their version of John Wick pretty much with Chris Hemsworth, and it's like. If you think of it that way, it's fun to watch. Because so what I did, and I'm going to go through a little list here, is I wrote down things while watching it. So chronologically, here are some of my thoughts while watching this amazingly good, maybe not good movie. All right, Extraction. First comment. A perfect mix of John Wick and The Raid. All right? So that's a pretty good score, kind of.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like. Second comment. Feels like a movie we would make, like back in the day, but with stars in it.
That sounds like your comment.
This is my comment.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
was
like all
that
of
sounds
these,
exactly like Robert.
this is me commenting on the movie while I watch it.
Okay. Now I'm
yeah.
following.
Yes. So, like friends from work that decided to make an original action movie. That's what it feels like. And here we go. But I'm not sure I liked it. ... 2/3 into the movie. And then a 2-hour action scene with some small breaks for monologue. Very 90s style action movie. The ending was horrible. I didn't like the soundtrack. It actually feels like a video game movie in how some of the shots are framed. To be continued ... question mark. And the screenplay is by Joe Russo. So there you go. That was a new segment called
I read shit when I watch movies.
or after watching movies.
After watching movies, yeah.
But those were my thoughts. So I don't know how much that hopefully it didn't spoil anything because I didn't talk about the actual movie
Nah,
apart from
I was just like, you told us nothing. Extraction.
yes,
Extractified. Extractly.
But so it started off like this hard-hitting action movie, John Wick, The Raid type, and then it just kept going and didn't really get better, I guess.
But is it supposed to be serious? You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
we are hard-boiled men with hard-boiled guns doing
Yes.
hard-boiled things in a hard-boiled world. Just like,
yes.
cool. You said hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled. Yeah, definitely. It's more of a serious type movie, which I think that's the biggest fail with the movie.
Okay, yeah.
So, but again, hopefully you can go into watching this movie with that mindset of these are just a couple of stunt guys that wanted to make an awesome, fun movie that they love.
Yeah.
And hopefully that might
But
make
where
it
do you think
better.
it failed? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's so I think where it failed is that it's very realistic in the violence.
Okay.
So there's a lot of good things it sort of brings up, but in a bad way.
Okay.
So the thing I talked to you about with the kids, for
Yeah.
example. So it takes place in, I think it's in Mumbai or somewhere near India, maybe. I actually don't remember. And there's a lot of like homeless kids and criminal sort of not badasses, criminal boss people that uses kids for horrible things.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they bring up in this movie, and it's something that I haven't seen in an action movie ever, really.
Yeah.
And it's a very sort of interesting thing that happens when you have this sort of supernaturally awesome action superhero dude
Yeah.
that all of a sudden has to sort of tackle a group of kids with automatic rifles.
Oh my God. Yeah. That is
Like,
horrible.
What would you do? Because the normal thing he does, he shoots everybody. He just kills everything.
Everything that moves. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
that's the character.
Are you 18? Yes. Why?
Yeah. But then you have these little kids that really try to kill him.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
again,
yeah.
it's with this serious or realistic approach to the whole, like the feel of the movie. So it's not just like pang pang and you die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like stabby, stab, stab, stab. He's still screaming and living, and you stab in the neck, stab,
Oh,
stab, stab.
yeah.
That doesn't work. Take this big stick and stick it in his
Keeps-
neck and break it. Like
Okay.
It's
So it's very,
very violent, you know. And again, like with the realistic approach, which is a trend of late, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the Raid sort of had that too. Like
yeah,
you could
but
really
the raid
feel
was
it.
still like it was brutal,
Mhm.
and but it's also like when they fight for that long and the way that they fight,
It
'cause
becomes funny.
it becomes
yeah, or like
like
action movie.
it becomes graphic violence, you know, in the
Mhm.
way it's supposed to be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where it's a work of art rather than it is actual violence.
Exactly.
Because for me, it's the choreography, like we talked about, rather than the violence.
Yeah.
Because in the raid, I think he just like he falls beside someone, and then he like elbows him, then takes the gun and like empties it in his head. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, like that's brutal shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But that's sort of where this is,
Yeah.
but not that far, you know?
Okay,
So
yeah.
it sort of tiptoes in between those two lines or worlds. So that's where it sort of fails to me
okay,
in
yeah.
that sense, that you feel uncomfortable at times watching it. Like it's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
a little bit too violent. But I get sensitive sometimes, and that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see a really unique, fun action movie,
Yeah.
then I definitely recommend you watch it, because that's what it is. It is, like I said, it's a 2-hour action scene. It's just like, as soon as it starts, it doesn't stop. It just
Yeah.
keeps hitting. You know, in that way, it's fun. But
If you have like a bag of money left over and you want to give it to us to make a movie,
we'd love to do that
we'd
movie.
love to do that
Yeah.
movie, yeah, because I have ideas.
And with
Telling
that
you.
said, let's dive into that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, that's man. I would love to explore this. What would be your ideal
Fuck.
sort of action movie?
I don't know. I just
Or
wanna-
what would we do? Let's do that. Let's
The
work
thing
work
is,
together.
I don't believe that I could do something well unless we hired some people to just walk us through the movie making business.
Yeah.
But if it was just us dumbasses doing it, I'd rather just try to make something fun, like along the lines of Kung Fury.
Yeah.
But maybe minus what he did, because
Maybe
I don't
a
want to
little
do
bit.
the same thing. you
Yeah.
know, like I want to do our thing. But maybe, I don't know, like maybe
With more serious fights, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
but
a little bit. Yeah, because that's so over the top. You know what I mean?
yeah, but it
becomes-
yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes stupid to watch instead of
no,
cool.
but you don't watch Kung Fury for the cool fights.
No,
you know,
you laugh at
watch
it.
for
Yeah.
exactly. You watch for that it makes fun of itself rather.
But that's what I would love to be able to make, or at least see at some point, a really good action movie, like with really good action, but also very, very funny.
Yeah, that's a tricky one though.
Like, can you think of a movie that is like
no,
that? Like,
not at all. Like not that has like great fights. Like the Jackie Chan movies, they're a different type of movie though.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I would like this modern
but I guess
type
that's
movie.
as close as you can get to
I
that,
think
you
so
know,
as
because
well.
you do laugh out loud to a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. But it's
But
it's his
It's his
own
style of
genre.
yeah, exactly.
More,
Yeah.
I'm thinking more, like stupid American comedy.
But
meets
they tried
really
with
good
that
action.
shoot 'em up movie, with that guy that is in Children from
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen, that's
yeah,
the guy.
yeah, Children of Men.
Children of Men, yeah.
Fuck, that's a good movie.
I still haven't seen it, and I've had it like even downloaded, like pirated.
Oh my
years
god,
ago.
dude, it's like
it's
one of
still
the
in-
top ranked movies.
Yeah, I
on
know, and
IMDb.
it's on my sci-fi list, but I haven't watched.
It's so good. It's incredible.
And then also I heard it's a bummer to watch. So
Yes, that too.
that too. Yeah. So it's like,
But it's a pickup in these times. So
Okay,
yeah.
maybe.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to make like just like Deadpool did with its type of superhero movie. I would
Yeah.
love to do with action movies,
Mhm.
and try to use all the sort of like the stuff that I loved as a kid. And I'm not afraid of like mixing the like sci-fi with like kung fu movies.
No,
from,
no,
like,
man,
and
that would
when
be
I
so
talk about
cool.
kung fu movies, I'm not talking about the Chinese ones. I'm talking about these pale ass, Big Trouble in Little China type of things. And then just trying to mix, like a low pan character in this one as well, and just like go crazy. Like we were joking about making a scene where it's like, because Robert referred to Chris Hemsworth like being this like super like military guy that could solve basically MacGyver his way through like anything.
Oh yeah. No, he just picks up anything and he kills somebody with it. Like,
Exactly. And then we just went on a rampage with that idea that
He kills
like,
a guy with a wall. Spoiler.
Yeah. But we thought like he picks up a stick and tosses it at one guy, and then that guy gets hit in the face, shoots his colleague, and then that stick like flies onto the next guy. And we joked about being this like big fight scene before that stick flies away, and you're like exhausted, and you're like, oh please just 1 second, and then that stick just like does this like one long take that we talked about before, where it sort of travels like from room to room, like wreaking havoc, and then once you're like getting ready to fight, like that stick comes back around and just hits the guy you were gonna fight, and it's just such a ridiculous idea that we had. But I would love to try to make a movie that's, like where the suck level is consistent.
I
Like,
actually just thought of a movie that is that type of movie. Kung
one?
Fu Hustle. Do you remember that?
Kung Fu Hustle is still on my watch list. Like I like to rewatch rather than
Oh yeah.
because that movie is fun,
It's
but it's serious.
it's
fucking
surprisingly
serious.
good, right?
Yeah. It is. It's an amazing movie, and like I really like Kung Fu Hustle.
Because it's a slapstick but with kind of okay fighting.
Yeah,
Or like
no. The fighting is.
It's
Or as-
over the
as I
top because it's
remember-
very like cartoonish.
Oh yeah, well they do
that's
have
true.
that as well, but they do have normal fighting, and they do have the guy that has the headband and the shorts.
Oh yeah.
His fights are awesome, but then they do break it up a bit with like strings and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But his fights and his just anything he does is awesome. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy like that one. Like, Kung Fu Hustle was really good.
Yeah. But that is sort of the style that I think we would have most fun doing.
Yeah.
And then just incorporating anything into
Anything.
it.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, the premise could be that type of like trying to reach that level of. But then he's a genius as well. That fucking guy.
Yeah,
Steven
yeah.
Chow. But yeah, I would love to just like if I had money to make a movie, you know, like, but you have to. That was mine. God
Damn it, that's becoming a trend.
Yeah, but I usually have mine here, but now I had it on the table. We're talking about our phones.
Yes.
But I would love to just have the freedom to make a movie, you know, like no matter how dumb. And that's why I think sometimes when we like talk about movies and, you know, you rip them a new one, basically.
Yeah, it's because
It's
you want to do it like...
Imagine
Yeah.
that they are us right now talking about making this.
Mm.
We don't even expect to make it a serious movie, but you judge it as such. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of heartbreaking, I guess. It would be a little if you were trying to make this like funny movie and no one liked it.
Mm.
It is like unless you're that guy, the Room guy. Shit, I lost his name. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I lost it too.
Yeah, fuck it. I
It
thought
doesn't
about it the other day.
Yeah.
Just like, but it's just such a fun thing. And when we recorded this garbage movie that I was in, Skills, horrible to watch, hilarious to work on. Like we had fun recording that movie. Like,
Exactly.
no matter the result. Like,
And that's what I imagine they had. Like, it's the exact same deal with Extraction.
yeah.
That's just skills, but with like higher paid actors,
Yeah.
bigger budget. That's it.
Because, for example, for anyone that's seen Underground 6 with Ryan Reynolds,
my God.
just working with Ryan Reynolds must be amazing. That the
yeah.
movie sucks, who cares?
Exactly.
Like you have,
God,
let's
I don't
say,
even remember it anymore.
neither do I. There were a group of people that did things together.
Yeah.
And then at the end, magnets.
Ill-timed jokes and bad action.
It was all garbage, but I think they had a blast doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
But whoever directed that garbage, just like no vision and no experience. That's what it felt like, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
that's-
just like tropes on tropes.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds? I was gonna say Andrew Reynolds, skateboarder.
He's
Ryan Reynolds does these types of movies just to keep staying in shape for the next Deadpool.
Maybe.
He
'cause
just gets a paycheck to train and keep doing the same thing.
And maybe filming these doesn't take that long because that's
No.
what it feels like. It feels like that like easily packaged
Yeah, because
sort
he's
of format.
crapping these out by like the week.
That's what I
you know?
mean. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like, okay, I'll do a couple of these,
Yeah.
get some money in, and then do, the movies that I want to do.
Right?
Because Kevin Smith doesn't give a fuck, apparently.
Exactly.
And he's just like, I make the movies that I want to make. And I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you should make movies. Eventually, maybe something good happens, maybe something doesn't. It's the act of that we talked about again, like enjoying making things. Will you always make awesomeness? Will you
Yeah.
always be like Elon Musk when you create shit? No,
No, of course not.
but who cares?
But
Like,
did you see his post?
which one?
Kevin Smith's.
Which post though?
Oh, I shared it in my
Oh
story.
shit! No, I didn't see yours.
It's he's just making use of the quarantine
Uh-huh.
and working on new Mallrats and new Clerks. Yeah. So
Still haven't seen Clerks 2 though. The whole thing.
yeah, no, I don't think you have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
The thing is, I don't know. It's like
They're
the
stupid
newer
movies.
seasons of
Like-
Arrested Development. Like
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy them as
Yeah,
much.
no, but that's actually a great analogy for the Kevin Smith movies. That's like
It's just they're way too old to play the same old characters. That's the thing.
yeah. They did their thing and it worked then, but
was
now
so good,
it's
yeah.
like everything they do now is just
Fan
for-
service.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
but
boobs
that's
in anime.
but that's
what it
why
is.
I loved the Jay and Silent Bob reboot because it was really good fan service.
No, it was just fan service. Like the story's okay and cute, but like there's something missing. And if you don't have the nostalgia to keep it together,
Then yeah,
it's not a movie for you.
so you
know,
have
like-
to have seen or like loved the
Loved.
earlier
Yeah.
or his other stuff really. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense.
Oh
and-
wow, this was the same Jay and Silent Bob movie again.
Right?
Like exactly
Yeah.
the same with Russians.
But he makes fun of it being the
I know.
exact.
Yeah,
that's
I know,
the
I
fun
know,
thing
I know,
about
I know,
it.
I get it.
It's so like it's so brilliant in that way. And again, it just looks like they had a blast doing it.
But the thing is, they toured with this movie.
They're still touring.
They're still touring with it. Yeah,
they just
and
had a little break, and
just
well,
that-
now they can't.
No,
Obviously.
yeah. But
they were
it's
supposed
still such a nice. It's just sharing the experience. It's not the movie itself. It's about going there, talking about it, you know, and just giving your sort of like your experience behind it rather than the end result. It's not about the end result.
It's such a cool thing. They're melding movie star and rock star in a way. Like they're touring with their
or
movie.
it's a social sort of like.
but that is the
experience, yeah.
ultimate fan service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
Like-
mean. Yeah, you meet your fans and you talk about the bad decisions you've made. Yeah.
And really like exactly.
That's
That's the only thing he can talk about.
No, but that's why I love him so much as
Yeah.
well. Like,
He's one of us, you know. It's just one of these stoner dudes.
no, but he's awesome. Just I really love Kevin. He's
Yeah. Fuck. I want to do like a full, like the old Kevin Smith marathon, just like to Dogma or maybe Clerks 2.
I'm just like, yeah. No, but Clerks 2 is fine.
Yeah.
At least it feels like something new. Like, it doesn't feel like Jane Silent Bob.
It's just like seeing how they've grown and what they do
Mm-hmm.
after the first one. So it sort of ties it all in together.
That's true.
Like how you didn't like Endgame as the last movie. Clerks 2 is the last movie of this saga.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it has to be there, but
You don't have to watch
like
it.
it.
Yeah. You don't have to watch it.
no. Yeah. All right. Anything else that you've seen that you might have remembered while...
While talking?
Yeah.
No, not really, because I was gonna... someone told us what the robot was called in
Jeff.
in the show, the show, the space, Final
Final
Space.
Space.
Final Space.
Kevin.
Yes, Kevin. Because I said
Jeff.
Jeff, and you said
yeah.
Greg or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know, yeah.
And then someone wrote like Kevin. It's
Yeah.
just Kevin.
Because when I was editing, I
Okay.
was sitting there like, Kevin. Kevin.
Okay, never mind.
But then I just kept it to annoy people.
Yeah.
So,
So someone wrote
Yeah.
to us
Yeah.
saying that it is.
but that's how it works, people. This is as
Shit.
spontaneous as anything. So
No,
we're
and-
not looking up anything.
And also, Robin, that I sent the package to, he got the package, and I
Yes.
posted it last week,
I saw it.
and people confirmed it.
Yes.
And then he posted it. So if you go to Obalanserad's account, Obalanserad, actually a D
Yes.
in the end, he posted it. So there's proof on the interwebs.
we are
that I
giving
Yeah.
stuff away. Or Ilias's.
And also, yeah, if you keep listening, we're reaching like episode 100. So we're going to have like a pretty sweet giveaway coming up.
Yeah.
But more details than that, we don't have at this current moment.
At this current moment, there is no further details. Just so we could repeat something today.
Yeah.
Not like we've ever done that before. This
In
whole
collaboration with 21 Draw Notch. I don't know if we did that today.
No, we didn't do that
Yeah, I
today.
totally forgot.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't remember.
I just wanted to see how far we could get before you actually
you
remembered
realized?
it.
Yeah, I
but you
realize it
did.
now.
Yes.
Because when you said like repeating, I was like, we didn't repeat.
No, that's so good. Bleh bleh.
You
Bleh bleh.
haven't you seen anything else this week?
That's what I was thinking.
I
but
did see
actually-
something actually.
I rewatched Mortal
Uh,
Kombat
Why?
because I liked it.
Because I've seen one movie this week. The only movie I've seen. And it's called The Willoughbys, I think. It's a new animated movie on Netflix made by Chris Pern, a guy that I met years ago at a schoolism event.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me one of his books. And it's awesome now to see that his show made it, or his movie made it to Netflix. So it should be out all over the world. And I think it's called The Willoughbys. I'm not very good with names because reasons. And it was actually really good. It's about these kids that grow up in the line of Willoughbys.
Willoughbys.
And their parents are horrible.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
But, and it does tackle like a different kind of, Like, it's not this, like, happy family shit that you get fed over and over. And, like, oh, but they come over their differences in the end, you know, like, they still do.
Yeah.
But not in the way you think. But it's worth a watch. Like, it's a different type of cartoon. It's just super well animated and everything. And I guess it's aimed towards younger audiences, but it's a little dark there. Like, there are some super dark undertones.
That's definitely a trend now,
Yeah.
don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
there's this dark subtlety in almost every kids movie nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
It's weird.
it's worth a watch, though. Like,
Okay.
I enjoyed it. The kids had fun with it.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's weird.
The Willoughbys.
Yeah.
Good animated?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay. Because Mortal Kombat is very, like, you know how the new Scooby-Doo movies look-ish?
New Scooby-Doo movies? Like the super new Scooby-Doo movies? Like the 3D ones?
Oh, not 3D. Like,
Okay, the 2D
still-
animated ones.
yeah,
Okay,
that-
yeah, I
that
know.
normal sort of Warner Brothers type animation.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen the
Simple.
ones on Netflix or Viaplay or somewhere.
Yeah.
But I just, like, plot-wise, they're not fun to watch. Like, I don't know what it is about
I just
them.
enjoy it. Like, it's simple fun for me and mostly
Okay.
nostalgia. But I just love that fucking dog, man. Scooby-Doo is
But the new animated 3D movie looks awesome.
I haven't seen it. Or,
Like-
like, anything from it.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty fun. Like, it could be fun. I don't know, like, you know, as Sonic was fun. Or,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that type
Still
of movie
watchable.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun to see what Sega does next. Because obviously they're trying to become something now with the Sonic movie, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely, if they could make a second one, they're probably gonna.
Oh, they're definitely going to make a second one. Because I'm
'Cause-
assuming it made some money.
Yeah.
Or is making money.
Yeah.
Because I bought it.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I bought it too. I don't remember if I rented or bought it.
I tend to buy.
No, but the thing is,
it's
I think
just-
that was the only option.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because I own Jumanji 2 and I own
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sonic and some other weird fucking movie I'm never going to watch.
I haven't seen Jumanji 2. How was that?
A little worse than Jumanji 1.
Okay.
Like, the first one I kind of liked.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
But
it was
this
all right.
one, it feels a little all over the place and not as enjoyable as the first one.
Okay. So
And I was expecting the first one to suck so much
Yeah, yeah.
shit that it's just. I
but
don't
this
know,
one's got Danny DeVito and Danny Glover.
I wish
right?
it was fun.
Was it Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish it was fun, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted it to be fun. Like the first one, I enjoyed a lot for some reason, you know, like.
But it's a fun twist to that story. Like,
Here it's like a repeat
yeah.
with worse jokes. I don't know.
But
Like, the first one hit home for me.
It's a
good-
all the other movies when they get sucked into a video game, it always looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's just another
Normal,
world,
yeah.
and everything is just a little bit over the top and weird.
Yeah.
And I think that is really cool. Like they do that well. But other than that, it's just a normal shitty movie.
Oh, no, but it's
So-
like one of those movies where you don't expect it to be anything more than it is. Like,
Yeah.
it really sets the stage for you. You're like, this is what you're here to watch.
Yeah.
And just like the weakness cake, dude, I died. Just died. And
Yeah.
I watch it with my kids. So it's like one of those movies.
Yeah. But
Both
did
of
they
them.
enjoy it?
Yeah, fuck, they love
Okay.
those movies. Like, my son
That's
has seen Jumanji 2 times.
Okay.
Like, on the night that we watched it and the day after when he woke up, he's like, I want to see Jumanji 2.
Nice.
And I thought it was like, eh.
Well,
But I think why I enjoy them as well is because they do, and the simple jokes like the cake weakness is, you know, like it's fun.
yeah.
And I think the violence in this one, it's so silly that it doesn't feel like they're fighting or anything. Like it's just meh. I watched worse shit as a kid. I want to see Deadpool with them though, but I'm just like, maybe not quite yet. And I don't want
The Christmas one.
Yeah, I know, but that's the second one. I want them to see the first one, the magic one first. Like, I like both though.
Yeah, I've been staring at them in my shelf now for the last couple
Yeah.
of days, wanting to do a back-to-back
Yeah,
1 and 2. But I think I'd rather see 2 now, to be honest. Like, because I feel like I've seen number 1 so many
so
times.
many times it's fresh.
Yeah. So more cable.
But I'm thinking, like, the only thing I'm actually hesitant to show them is the beginning, because sex is a tricky thing to explain to them right now. Like, it's like violence I can, like, openly explain.
Yeah.
But it feels because in this movie it's not like it's that Hollywood type of thing. You see that it's fake, basically, you know, like. But the sex stuff feels super hard to explain, especially if you're thinking Deadpool 1.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to explain that to them. Like, I don't have the. Because if they understood sex, it'd be easier to talk about sex.
Yeah.
But them being complete dum-dums, that fucking makes it so much more difficult.
That's
Like,
so funny,
what is
though.
pegging, Daddy? I'm like, yeah. Let me paint you a picture of something you don't have a reference for at
Google it.
all. Yeah. Just Google pegging. To get a more graphical version of what we just watched.
Beautiful. But yeah, no, I get that. But that's just such a funny conundrum.
Yeah. No, definitely. Because we've seen violence, you know. Like, it's never been super graphic. Oh, no, it has when we watched the Doom trailer. Because I was like, oh, let's watch the Doom trailer. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of violent. And then they were like, my son was like, whoa, that is so cool. I was like, yeah, man. I know. I know.
Blood everywhere.
And I was introduced to those games, you know, early as well.
Yeah, me too.
A bit young, later than him. But still, like, a lot of this, like, fake violence stuff. Basically, since I could watch TV, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. My parents were always okay with everything. Freaks.
No, but the thing is, it was never a thing, you know, like you didn't do any of that, you know, like except trying to do like round kicks in the air, like, but that's my son every day.
Yeah.
So watching, you know.
Yeah, again, it's all about the transparency and really explaining
Yeah.
as much as you can. So they don't get confused in any way. Like, try to erase every question mark they have in their head.
Because I've told my son, like, you're old enough now that when you kick me, it fucking hurts. You know, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
You need to
he
start
never
pulling.
kicks. No, but he never hits his mom.
No. Oh, that's good.
He does it only to me.
Yeah.
And when we're fighting, you know, and I smack him around and he smacks me around. And it's this, like, he knows how hard to hit me without hurting me, and I hit him, you know, equally soft, but determinedly.
Yeah.
like your dad did to us, but
Yeah.
more violent. No, but it's just like a back and forth thing, but we don't do it to anyone else because we know that that'll hurt.
Yeah.
Or like they won't know how much to hold back, or like we've sort of worked on it since he was small, like where he was hitting me and I was just spinning him around, and now I can start hitting back, you know, like just to have him like parry and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen his friends like try to like jump at me. I'm like, nope, you stop. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know you, kid. Like, I don't know. Like, you could be like mentally insane and then you just like hit me in the dick. Like,
Nope.
because I don't know what the other kids like. They think he's hitting me for real, whereas we are playing. Because we do like that when we watch like Snake and Eagle Shadow, we were like snake fist fighting, you know, like we did that, and then other kids want to join in as well because it looks like fun.
Of course.
Like, oh look, that grown man is hitting that child,
Well, like you
I
did with
also-
my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it is fun.
It is tons of fun if you know the kids.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But it is
But
what it is.
it is
And
what-
you have to be fucking careful too.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, because how many times have we not like hit each other when we're not doing that, and it fucking hurts a
Yes.
lot.
Oh, yes.
Like, you know, getting head butted in the face by your kid. Oh man.
Yeah.
Just fuck, that hurts. And the older they get, the fucking harder those accidents are. It's just like there's more weight to it. There's more. I think my son has hit me twice in anger, like just because he was so frustrated. And I was like, no, we don't do that. And my daughter as well. Look, actually once each, where they, like, it wasn't the same kid, but just that thing where they just, you know, like act out, and you're like, oh, you can like be angry as much as you want, but you never hit me when you're angry. Like, it's okay when we joke, but it's not okay when you're angry.
No, exactly.
Just to like mark that, but that happened like once, and they were super upset
Well,
for
good.
stupid shit.
Good.
Nah, but watching movies with them though, magic.
Awesome.
'Cause that's where we started.
All right.
No, fuck, I'm gonna try to like liven up this week, or try at least. Try is the big word here, because I don't know, like I really need to get some routines in just to like check mark myself from going insane. Yeah.
Mhm. I can only fucking imagine.
And like we talked before, like a lot of people are already like being outside and doing the normal shit that they always do.
Yeah, now it's Sweden or Stockholm has gotten a lot of shit for it now too.
Have they?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
because we're like everybody's treating every day like it's nothing,
Yeah.
whereas the rest of the world is still in quarantine after
Yeah.
many weeks of quarantine.
Mm.
So a lot of people are looking down at us, and I agree with a lot of them. To be honest, I think it's very irresponsible to be out this much and like pretty much just giving the finger to everybody, working their asses off trying to save
Contain
everybody.
this, yeah.
It's so disrespectful.
That is actually very true.
I get
Yeah.
so mad when I think about it.
Yeah.
You know, because people are sick of being at home
Yeah, that's such a trifle
they're
thing.
bored.
Yeah. That is insane.
and they're ready to potentially kill somebody. Like, you know, when you take it to the very extreme,
yeah.
they might bring it to somebody that's susceptible and gets it
Yeah.
and dies. Like, it's not a joke.
Yeah, when it comes to that, it is a bit like shitty, yeah. Because I haven't left home, you know, like I'm in the yard like,
Yeah.
all the time. Like,
But that's because you're a good person and you're fucking thinking of other people too. I mean, we come in here to do this, but we do social distance. We're sitting 2 meters apart from each other,
Yeah.
and we're never like
and we do come here
Yeah.
immediately, yeah.
exactly. And I mean, we're pretty much family. Like, if you go, I go.
No,
So
but, yeah, it is tricky because like last week when there were people sitting outside and it was like the restaurant was packed, like outside and inside and everything, just like come on,
exactly.
like this is at least one thing you could not do. Like, come on, yeah.
So yeah, it's sad, but don't be stupid.
Don't be a
Like,
stupid.
Yeah, or don't be respectless.
Don't be responsible, god damn it! I've told you millions of times.
Exactly. Yes. Kill everybody. Just do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. You got to
Yeah.
cough with an open mouth.
I love that I love that we brought it down when we're supposed to end it. Like, instead
Yeah.
of bringing it up.
But
it's
the
like,
beauty of this is we can just cut all of this out
Yes.
and just like ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bow. Party girls don't about
Oh.
anything.
Ilias just became a unicorn.
There's a party hat on our faucet or tap thing.
Tap thing.
Like we have a party hat on
Tap,
our
tap, tappy.
like two things that shouldn't be in this room is a party hat,
A
and
Christmas tree.
a Christmas tree, and a tap,
And a huge
attached.
giant skull that's behind Ilias that he never sees.
Guitars, yeah. Good podcast.
So good. Yes.
So good.
But how do you feel now? Do you feel like you're balancing out?
No, it's okay.
Same? Or
I don't know, really. Like,
because I feel like, to me, I feel a little bit more awake now. Like,
I don't know. I feel
it's been
the-
through a haze, and now
no,
woken up.
I'm pretty hazy. Like,
Yeah?
it feels like a little weird still. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
but it's not like anything major that would like affect me. Like, you
No.
know,
well,
I don't know.
I barely notice it now, so you're all good.
No,
We're-
it
we're all
felt
good.
way more like foggy around the edges
Oh, yeah.
for a while. Yeah,
But fun experience,
it was awesome.
first time, and
Pretty chill.
awesome, man. I'm glad we did it.
I'm actually looking forward to doing
Next week.
watching something
Yeah.
with that, because there was a lot of things that I thought of
Mm.
while talking about other stuff that I could have really talked about.
Yeah.
And that would have been that's what I think, like watching movies and doing something like that would be awesome.
Yes. So, yeah, next week that'll be fun.
Allegedly high.
Allegedly. What if Yahtzee actually was named Nazi? That'd be fun.
Well,
So you have to
that
shout
little
Nazi.
piglet guy from Winnie the Pooh in Swedish.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a horrible name.
it is Nasse.
Nasse, yeah.
He's a little fucking Nasse,
Nasse, yeah.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
sounds.
and he's the whitest thing of the whole.
He's like,
crew.
if he just had the swastika tattoos,
Yep.
he'd be all in.
He'd be all yeah,
Yeah, he's,
or maybe a little mustache.
and it fits so well with the racism thing, because he's like afraid of things he doesn't know.
Exactly.
So it kind of goes awesome.
I think
with, like, that whole
that's how they named him. They're
Yep.
like fucking nuts.
like listen. They must have been high because they were seeing a meaning in that shit that wasn't there. They're like, he's like pale like a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what they wanted, and he's afraid of the unknown. Being foreigners, what?
Whoa.
Whoa! And he's like a piglet, like a little Nasse.
Holy
Like,
shit,
holy
that's a great
shit.
name, man. Yeah, we should name him that. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck the system, bro. Anarchy. Yeah. Nasse. Nasse.
I think this podcast ended a while back.
Yes, it did. Yes, from
Cool stuff.
us to you. Fuck you. And thank you for listening.
Fuck you and thank you for listening. That's another one that should be separate. Fuck you and thank you for listening.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Beautiful.
That's the one. Yeah, looking forward to doing this again and again and again and again and then and then and then and then and then and then. All right. Cool. With that said, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Song, music, everything, and see you next week.
Scene.